Sawadee good morning and welcome to Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT Radio Thailand FM 88 and NBT World. Today is Friday, October 24th, 2014, and you're with me, Surapan Lautharanarit. Numerous projects under His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej's patronage have been created to support the well-being of the Thai people. One very successful project is the Third Royal Food Factory project, which was founded in Sakonnakhon province. Kun Suchani Rungmuenporn went to a special photography exhibition in Bangkok about this project and has this report.
Besides the symbol of unity and social harmony, the King of Thailand, His Majesty the King, Bhumibol Adulyadej Maharaj, is also regarded by all Thais as the devoted father. He spent his lifetime working for the benefit of the people who are all his children. His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej Maharaj has dedicated himself all of his life to developing Thailand and promoting the well-being of Thai people. One of the ways he has made a positive impact is through his continuous initiatives to improve people's livelihoods, especially in rural areas in Thailand where people face a lot of problems due to the hot climate and poor living conditions. His projects also focus on natural resources and the environment management, and his project in Sakonnakhon province, the upper part of northeastern region of Thailand, covers both of these objectives. The Royal Food Factory in Tongwoi Sub-district was created to improve the lives of the people, especially farmers, by supporting them to grow tomatoes in the area under the Royal Project Management. This way, the locals would have an additional crop after rice harvest season. The tomato crop will be delivered to the Royal Food Factory in the province to be used in an instant food and beverage products, in particular for tomato juice sold under the Doi Kham brand, the food company by the Royal Project to promote rural farm development.
ครับสำหรับโรงงานหลวงอาหารสำเร็จรูปที่3ที่เต่างอยเนี่ยพระบาทสมเด็จพระเจ้าอยู่หัวพระราชทานในเรื่องของการส่งเสริมการเกษตรไว้ตั้งแต่ปี 2516 แถวๆนั้นนะครับในเรื่องของการทำให้ราษฎรที่ภาคอีสานนั้นอยู่ดีกินดีนะครับแล้วก็สร้างในเรื่องของรายได้ที่เกิดจากการทำนาหลังทำนาแล้วเนี่ยนะครับสมัยก่อนนี้เนี่ยรวมถึงปัจจุบันนี้ก็ยังเป็นอยู่นะครับคนภาคอีสานเนี่ยทำนาเอาไว้รับประทานแต่หลังนาแล้วเนี่ยเป็นสิ่งที่เขาได้สตังค์นะครับก็เอาไว้ใช้
This Royal Project not only increases the locals' income but also improves their quality of life by introducing them to the new techniques and effective methods to increase their productivity and reduce production costs for farmers in Tongwoi Sub-district. The project has also solidified cooperation among the young farmers in the area. Because agriculture development may not be an exciting topic for the younger generations living in urban areas, so there are initiatives to help motivate these younger people who are a bit removed from the life of a farmer to recognize the importance of agriculture as it is a main industry of Thailand. One of these initiatives has been to organize a photography contest for communication arts students from 9 different universities. The students and professors were actually brought to the site where this project is conducted in Sakonnakhon province. The exhibition features the photographs that were awarded to be the best in the contest. And for those who are interested, the exhibition is open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day except Monday until October 31st at Ratanakosin Exhibition Hall in Phranakhon District, Bangkok, Thailand. Suchani Rungmuenporn reporting.
And now, welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. The Prime Minister yesterday morning led his cabinet and senior civil servants in placing wreaths at the equestrian statue of King Rama V at the Royal Plaza in front of the Dusit Palace to commemorate King Chulalongkorn Day. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha, along with Deputy Prime Ministers Hmom Rachawong Piriyathorn Thewakul and General Prawit Wongsuwan, as well as other ministers, laid a wreath in front of the statue to mark Piya Maharaj, or King Chulalongkorn Day, which commemorates the passing away of King Chulalongkorn on October 23, 1910. The same morning also saw senior civil servants, all in white full uniform, representatives from independent agencies, students, and members of the public gather at the equestrian statue to pay respect to the great monarch. In the provinces, similar ceremonies were also arranged at designated venues to commemorate King Chulalongkorn Day. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha will be attending the APEC meeting in China on November 9th to 11th, and later join in the 25th ASEAN Summit in Myanmar on November 12th to 13th. Major General Weerachon Sukhonthapatipak, Deputy Government Spokesperson, announced that the Premier would be away for 5 days to attend those two meetings. On October 30th to 31st, General Prayut will also be paying a visit to Cambodia to meet with Prime Minister Hun Sen in order to strengthen ties and discuss several issues involving border disputes, cross-border trade, and energy cooperation. As for his itinerary to Malaysia, dates have not yet been finalized. Nonetheless, the Premier has already met with the Malaysian Prime Minister, Mr. Najib Razak, in the ASEM meeting held in Italy. The two are planning to stage another talk sometime later regarding the peacemaking process in Thailand's Deep South. Minister of Interior General Anupong Pao-Jinda has vowed to look into an allegation that some interior officials were involved in smuggling of contraband goods across the border. He said although no such cases have been reported to him so far, he is ready to investigate the case to establish the truth. The comment came in response to a recent statement by the Director General of the Customs Department indicating involvement of some interior officials in contraband goods smuggling. The Interior Minister said anybody found involved in the cases as alleged will face drastic disciplinary action, no matter which ranks they are holding. As yesterday marked King Chulalongkorn Memorial Day, the minister said the ministry would follow in the footsteps of the king, who had pioneered the bureaucratic reforms. Meanwhile, the philosophy of sufficiency economy of the ruling King Rama IX would also be adopted in the code of conduct of his ministry. He commented on the selection of the Constitution Drafting Commission, to which the cabinet is entrusted to appoint 5 of its members, saying the issue has not yet been discussed. Therefore, there is still no clarity on the number of outsiders to join the commission. Minister of Finance Somai Phasi has estimated that the government's distribution of financial aid to eligible rice farmers will be completed within 5 to 6 weeks, while confirming the process will be corruption-free. Accompanied by the Governor of Lopburi Province and the Director General of the Department of Agricultural Extension, Mr. Somai presented assistance money to a group of farmers in Lopburi who are cultivating rice for the 2014-2015 crop season and had registered for the program. Lopburi is one of 8 pilot provinces where farmers are being offered financial support worth 1,000 baht per rai and not more than 15,000 baht per household. Mr. Somai pointed out that the assistance was a result of the government's recognition of rice as one of the country's most important crops, as well as the need to raise farmers' income. With nearly 3.5 million households of farmers registered, he expected the money to be handed out to all of them within the next 5 to 6 weeks. The finance minister added that Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha was gravely concerned about corruption in the handout of the funds. Therefore, he said all involved units had been ordered to make the best effort to prevent such misconduct. The Commerce Ministry has instructed its provincial offices to develop a plan for improving agricultural products by boosting their prices and preventing them from saturating the market. Commerce Minister General Chatchay Sarikalaya has instructed local offices around Thailand to make sure that agricultural products attain good quality. The products must be closely monitored during the entire distribution process, and their prices and supplies should be kept at a reasonable level. Each province is required to submit their reports to the Commerce Ministry. A monthly analysis will be conducted to monitor the progress and oversee any problems. The Bank for Agriculture and Agricultural Cooperatives will increase the loan amount by 10% more for a group of farmers who own a rice mill until the harvest season is over. They should be able to buy as many as 1 million tons of rice within 5 months. Industry Minister Chakramon Phasukwanit expressed confidence that the government's short and long-term measures to address the low rubber price will be successful. Mr. Chakramon said that the government will be removing excess rubber from the market during November to April, when vast amounts of rubber will reach the market, as part of its urgent measure to address the rubber price problem. This will be achieved by having 6 banks provide loans to latex processing businesses in order for the latter to buy the excess rubber. The interest rate for such loans will be 2% for the lender, as the government will compensate the banks with another 3%. This measure is expected to remove 200,000 tons of latex from the system and result in an immediate increase of rubber price by 2 to 3 baht per kilogram. The aim is to achieve a rubber price of 66 baht per kilogram. For the long term, the government is collaborating with the Government Savings Bank, or GSB, to lend a total of 15 billion baht to rubber processing businesses, so the latter would increase their output and improve their machinery. Borrowers will pay an interest equivalent to the rate for savings. The government will pay the remaining 3% to the GSB. 9 businesses have already applied for 7.6 billion baht of the loan. This scheme is expected to increase domestic rubber usage by 300,000 tons per year. The Ministry of Tourism and Sports is planning to introduce tourism development zones in 5 groups of provinces and is to review the national tourism policy. Tourism and Sports Minister Gopkan Watanawarangkoon revealed that the ministry will hold talks with the National Tourism Policy Committee to establish the Tourism Strategic Plan. This plan will develop tourism in 5 groups of provinces. The first group is the Lanna Civilization Tourism Sector in Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Lamphun, and Lampang provinces. The second group is the Active Beach Tourism Sector in Chonburi, Rayong, Chanthaburi, and Trat provinces. The third group is the Southern Isan Civilization Tourism Sector in Nakhon Ratchasima, Buriram, Surin,ศรีสะเกษ and Ubon Ratchathani provinces. The fourth group is the Royal Coast Tourism Sector in Phetchaburi, Prachuap Khiri Khan, Chumphon, and Ranong provinces. And the fifth group is the Andaman Sea Tourism Sector in Krabi, Phang Phuket, Trang, and Satun provinces. The ministry will consider the existing tourism roadmap to decide whether it requires an edit or a complete rewrite. However, the Tourism Ministry will work with other related ministries on the roadmap, said the minister. The Minister of Tourism and Sports also said that the ministry has decided to establish an accurate and reliable tourist information center, which will coordinate with the Tourism Authority of Thailand and the Department of Tourism. This project is currently under discussion, but is expected to start next year. The president-elect of the National Reform Council, or NRC, has pledged to do his best to resolve the years-long conflict in the country while completing the reform tasks within the planned time frame. NRC President-elect Tianchai Kiranan said that he'll earnestly perform his duties in order for the Council to achieve the objectives of its existence within the time frame planned for it. Mr. Tianchai asserted that all NRC members share the same goals of resolving conflicts and promoting reconciliation, while affirming that the Reform Council will always be independent and neutral. He added that more outsiders may later be invited to help with the reform missions, particularly those who applied for membership in the NRC but were not chosen, in order to enhance the efficiency of the process, which will also involve public hearings along the way. The Election Commission, or EC, has recently met with the Australian ambassador to Thailand to exchange views regarding the electoral process of both countries. According to EC Secretary-General Puchong Nutrawong, Australian ambassador to Thailand Paul Robillard has been invited to give a speech on the electoral system and the roles of the Australian Election Commission. Mr. Robillard has also met with EC Commissioner Prawit Ratanapian, who oversees public campaigns. The two have shared their views and exchanged ideas regarding political elections. Mr. Puchong said both countries have similar procedures following their discussion. The EC is currently trying to amend the election law and will propose their ideas to the National Reform Council for consideration later. Meanwhile, Mr. Puchong said regarding the rumors that the independent organization would be disbanded, saying Parliament will have the sole authority to decide on the matter. The EC has also been handing out financial aid to 6 people affected by political violence during the last elections. The affected include security guards and the children of officers who were stationed at the poll on February 2, 2014. Second Lieutenant Paichit Nonsang, chief of the peacekeeping force inศรีสะเกษ led a combined force of soldiers and police to inspect public land at Ban Chan in some sub-district, Mueang District, after villagers in the community have complained to the Provincial Damrong Tham Center about a trespass on the land. Upon their arrival, the team was shown the land in question by Mr. Surasak Pokpong, Ban Chan village headman, and around 30 villagers. Mr. Surasak explained that the land has been encroached on since 2011. Even though sub-district and district officials demarcated the land in the same year, the invader ignored the demarcation posts and filled the land with soil, planted new trees, and put new boundary marks. After his preliminary inspection of the community, Second Lieutenant Paichit concluded that the trespass was committed as alleged. A committee will be set up by the Provincial Damrong Tham Center to investigate the case and prosecute those who break the law. The Weather Bureau has forecast that this year's cool season will start in early November and will last around 3 months. Deputy Director General of the Meteorological Department, Songkran Akson, said that Thailand has started to feel the arrival of the cool season since the middle of October, particularly in the upper part of the country, where the temperature has already been dropping. Meanwhile, in central and eastern Thailand, Mr. Songkran said that rain will continue until the end of October before the mercury starts falling. For the southern region, the Meteorological Department forecasts that rainfall will carry on until December, like it has always been. Mr. Songkran added that the whole country will feel the cold weather from December until next February. And in today's segment of Now or Never, The government spokesperson, Dr. Yongyut Mayalab, will talk about the Prime Minister's visit to Thailand's neighboring country, Myanmar. Let's have a look.
Welcome to Now or Never, the program that updates you on the achievements of the National Council for Peace and Order, or NCPO, and the work progress of the government. On the 9th of October 2014, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha, together with high-level government officials such as Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister General Thanasak Patimaprakon, Deputy Transport Minister and Secretary General of National Economic and Social Development Board, Akom Term Pithiyaphaisit, had a plenary meeting with President Thein Sein of Myanmar at the President's office in Myanmar. The Prime Minister expressed his appreciation and was honored to have visited Myanmar as the Prime Minister of Thailand. He also congratulated Myanmar on its successes both in political and economic aspects and as chair of ASEAN. He was confident that Myanmar would continue to usher in constant and stable progress for ASEAN under the leadership of the President of Myanmar. On bilateral relations, Thailand and Myanmar have maintained close and cordial relations. Thailand is ready to expand cooperation with Myanmar in all aspects. Prime Minister General Prayut hoped that the two countries would forge the next phase of mutual relations as a partnership for security and development, and that both Thailand and Myanmar would continue with prominent cooperation in connectivity development together with the reinforcement of ASEAN unity and strength. Thailand pledges to cooperate with Myanmar in organizing and developing border areas in a comprehensive manner, both in terms of security and economics, to resolve cross-border challenges such as narcotics, illegal labor, and human trafficking, as well as to upgrade quality of lives in public health, education, occupational training, and community development. These efforts may also be implemented in collaboration with other countries who express interest. On connectivity development, Prime Minister General Prayut informed the President of Myanmar that Thailand had completed the repair work of the first bridge crossing Mui River. Thailand had also finished with a feasibility study, a plan designed for the second bridge, and is ready to support its construction. The Thai government has a policy to develop special economic zones along the border area, with Mae Sot Special Economic Zone as the pioneer project. This will immensely benefit border trade and investment and will help create employment for both Thai and Myanmar people. Thailand and Myanmar also came to terms on an opening and upgrading more permanent border crossing points in potential areas, especially Daan Sing Khon, Mo Tong checkpoint. สวัสดีครับ
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Did you know that the energy wasted by 80 million mobile phone chargers left plugged in at night is enough to power a city like Iloilo in the Philippines for one entire day? Think when you plug.
Welcome back, and now it's time for the ASEAN and Beyond segment. Finance chiefs of the 21 Pacific Rim economies gathered in Beijing, stating that they'll unleash new driving force of growth through drawing more investment for infrastructural development. After the meeting, the finance ministers of the 21 Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC members, called upon all parties in a statement released to take further measures, such as setting up the Public-Private Partnerships, or PPP, to promote long-term financing and private capital, so as to fill the huge gap between financing needs for infrastructure and the limited funds that governments can provide. APEC member economies will mobilize investors from the private sector to join the infrastructure construction in order to push forward the development of their domestic capital markets, according to the statement. A roadmap of PPP implementation approved at the meeting will be submitted to APEC economic leaders. And that's a wrap for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook or check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. And for now, we're going to say goodbye with some beautiful pictures of colorful goldfish entering a contest in China. I'm Surapal Lautharanarit. Thank you for your company and have a great day. สวัสดีครับ